Mabuhay, Kamustika, welcome, how are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. I want to continue here with part 2, how to connect with your Filipina to make a lasting bond, and hopefully you want it to last. Last time I talked about touch and being available. Now let's run through some things like being responsive. I could be home with my wife, but if I have my nose in a book or I'm occupied by working on YouTube videos or TikTok videos, then, or I'm glued to the TV, watching the ball game, my Filipina is still going to feel alone and isolated. She may or not have ever desired to leave the Philippines that bad and come to America, but she definitely didn't do it to be alone. Even if you allowed the Filipina in your life all the time she needed to stay in touch with her family and friends, she still needs quality and quantity time with you. My wife and I have talked about not using our phones when we're having dinner or lunch. I have learned how to better manage my time in this important way. Since this channel requires a good deal of time and I love working on it, I must spend as much time as I can working on it. When my wife is either at work, or with friends or running an errand, I have to be intentional about spending time on this channel so that my wife doesn't feel like I'm avoiding her or neglecting her. I even ask her if she wants to watch a game that I want to see with me. She probably won't, but at least it gives her that opportunity. This will be an area both of you will need to work out depending on the things you have going on. I believe, as I said before, my Filipino wife comes before I do. That doesn't mean I don't have a life without her. It just means that how I do things shows her she is more important to me than other things I could be doing. I can't neglect her to focus on other stuff where I could end up losing her or losing her affection. If I'm not responsive, she will still feel disconnected. If she's having trouble at work, I would do well to remember the details so I can ask her how certain situations have been going. Are they getting better? If there is anything I can do to help her, I need to learn to be a good listener. She will feel disconnected if I am moving beyond how she feels and is affected by something and being more concerned about a solution, so I better hear her out. If she asks me to do something for her, I should make a note so I don't forget to do it. I want to look at her when she is, talking to me, and I, stress that the other way too. I want to show I am engaged by asking her questions, not just grunting and nodding my head. Sometimes being responsive will mean that I buy her something she wants, take her somewhere to get away for a little while. What I can do to be more responsive to her is to get to know her as well as I can. Before I move on to the last way of connection, I want to add here the importance of prioritization. Either I am more important to myself or she is, and I suggest making her the most important one. That's a biblical principle of regarding others as better than ourselves even. It makes having a good marriage a lot easier and yields reciprocation. Focus on yourself, loving yourself. Don't bother getting married. It's not going to work. I try to do that with my wife, and I don't feel like I've lost out on anything. Another biblical principle is that giving results in gaining more than you gave, provided the motive is right. The last thing I'll mention here real quick is being affirming, be positive. If you want to maintain a lasting bond with her. If I am available and responsive, then my response should be positive, uplifting. My Filipino wife needs to know that she will hear words of affirmation and support, building her up from me, even when she isn't hearing it elsewhere. She needs to know that I will initiate making up after an argument, that I will always forgive her. It's important when she has wronged me, and you're going to wrong each other quite a few times if you're honest when you get married. She must know she can trust me, that I'm in it for the long haul. That's what I try to help people with here on this channel. So don't take connecting for granted. It always takes hard work. So stay tuned here for more helpful ways to have a good, lasting relationship with your Filipina on Love Beyond the Sea.